Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Dinar Update. If you or someone close to you is holding Iraqi dinars or Vietnamese dong, this is a moment to slow down, take a breath, and focus. Today's discussion is not built on dramatic headlines, social media excitement, or emotional predictions. It is a structured, practical preparedness briefing designed to help you think clearly and act responsibly in a situation that is still developing. Over the past several days, there has been a noticeable increase in online discussion suggesting that official exchange or redemption facilities for IQD and VND could begin operating in the near future. At this stage, there is no confirmed public announcement from central banks or major commercial banks establishing a start date. That point matters. Responsible analysis separates what is verified from what is still unconfirmed. However, when similar reports begin appearing repeatedly across different platforms, it becomes sensible to prepare calmly instead of reacting emotionally. Preparation does not mean panic. Preparation means understanding how legitimate financial systems work, what documentation is normally required, how currency is verified, and how to protect yourself from misinformation and fraud. Here on Dinar Update, the objective is simple: clarity, safety, and realistic expectations. In this video, we will walk through what a lawful currency exchange process typically looks like, how to organize your currency properly, what documentation is usually required, what to expect at an authorized center, how to avoid common scams, and how to manage the emotional pressure that often accompanies moments like this. At the end, everything will be summarized into a practical readiness framework you can follow. This is not about speed. It is about stability. First, let us establish a foundation. If official exchange centers become operational, they will not appear as temporary storefronts, hotel conference rooms, or private offices promoted through messaging apps. Legitimate exchange activity is conducted through licensed banks or officially designated financial institutions that operate under strict regulatory standards. These standards include identity verification, currency authentication procedures, transaction documentation, anti-money laundering compliance, and record retention and audit trails. This structure exists to protect both the financial system and the individual customer. It also means the process is deliberate, methodical, and sometimes slow. Efficiency is important, but legality and accuracy are more important. Understanding this in advance prevents unrealistic expectations. Now let us talk about documentation. In most regulated environments, you will be required to present government-issued identification. This typically includes a passport, national identity card, or driver's license. Some institutions may also request proof of address, such as a utility bill, tax notice, or bank correspondence. It is advisable to prepare the following in advance: primary photo ID, secondary ID if available, proof of address, and any prior purchase or ownership records for your currency. Even if some of these documents are not requested, having them available can reduce delays. Documentation does not complicate the process, it simplifies it. Next, your physical currency. Banks and exchange centers operate under international handling standards. Notes must be genuine and in reasonable physical condition. Extremely damaged, altered, or heavily defaced notes can be rejected or delayed for verification. Before traveling, separate IQD from VND. Group notes by denomination. Stack them neatly. Use envelopes or bands to label each group. Count carefully. Write totals down. Count again. This is not a necessary formality. Organized currency is processed faster, verified more accurately, and reduces the likelihood of disputes or miscounts. An additional best practice is to photograph your organized notes and written totals before leaving home. Store the images securely on your phone or another device. These images are for your records only and can be helpful if questions arise later. Preparation is not fear, it is discipline. Inside a legitimate exchange center, the verification process takes time. Notes may be counted manually and also verified using machines. Security features, serial patterns, watermarks, and printing characteristics may be reviewed. This is standard practice across international currency operations. If a note is flagged, remain calm, ask for clarification, request written documentation describing the reason and next steps. Flagging does not automatically mean rejection, it often means further review. Every legitimate transaction should generate paperwork. You should receive documentation that reflects amount presented, amount accepted, exchange rate applied, date and time, location, transaction reference number. Keep these records. Paper protects people. Planning your visit is also important. Always confirm the location and operating hours through official banking channels or institutional websites. If appointments are required, schedule them properly. If walk-ins are permitted, expect long waits during early days. Prepare for practical realities. Bring water, bring light food if necessary, carry required medication, dress comfortably, bring a secure folder or pouch for documents. Financial processes often involve waiting. Patience prevents mistakes. Security must be taken seriously. Do not display currency publicly. Do not discuss your appointment locations online. Do not post photos of your notes on social media. Transport currency discreetly. Only use officially authorized locations. If a location cannot demonstrate official affiliation with a recognized bank or government authority, do not proceed. Legitimate centers do not demand secrecy. They do not pressure you to act quickly. They do not promise special rates. Pressure is not professionalism. Now let us discuss expectations. Even if exchange centers open, not everyone will complete transactions on the first day. Large-scale currency exchanges are often phased. Some customers are processed earlier based on scheduling, volume, or verification timelines. Online posted rates should not be treated as reality until they appear on official transaction documentation. The only rate that matters is the one applied to your transaction at the counter, supported by written records. If funds are received, pause. Do not immediately commit to major financial moves. Depending on your country, currency exchanges may trigger tax reporting obligations or regulatory filings. Speak to a licensed financial advisor, a qualified tax professional. Large financial decisions deserve professional guidance. Scam activity increases dramatically during uncertain periods. Be cautious of anyone offering guaranteed rates, private exchange access, paid fast-track services, requests for bank login details, or requests for PIN numbers. Legitimate institutions do not operate this way. If secrecy is required, it is not legitimate. If you hold significant amounts, compliance questions may occur. Some centers may ask how long you have held the currency or how it was acquired. Basic records can help. If you cannot attend immediately, that is acceptable. Legitimate exchange windows typically remain open over time. Rushing increases risk. Preparation reduces it. If you are assisting elderly relatives or others who are anxious, help them organize documents and currency. However, most institutions require the account holder to be physically present unless legal authorization exists. Now let us summarize everything into a practical readiness framework. Verify information through official channels only. Gather identification and proof of address. Organize currency by denomination. Document totals. Transport discreetly. Request written transaction records. Store documents safely. Consult professionals before major financial decisions. Avoid pressure and secrecy. Above all, remain calm. Many people have waited years while following developments surrounding the dinar and the dong. Strong emotions are understandable, but wise outcomes come from patience, verification, and careful documentation. Here at Dinar Update, our position remains consistent. No fake headlines, no guaranteed promises, no emotional manipulation. Only structured information, responsible preparation, and realistic analysis. If developments occur, we will address them with verified facts. If they do not, preparation still protects you. Stay informed, stay organized, stay steady, and I will continue to bring you clear and accurate updates as the situation evolves.